Hello everyone, my name is Clint Johnson. Thank you for joining in to Courage to Encourage. Today is going to be very important to me, and we're going to meet an interesting young man and his mom who's going through some things. As always, I thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you watching the last episode with Miss Chambers, how far she's come, and also getting that expert advice from Miss Nollen, who gave us so much insight about at-risk youth. This episode really is going to hit home for a lot of us because we're dealing with so many young men who's kind of lost out there. But as you're going to see is I'm going to try to give him some advice. Of course, I call it Courage to Encourage. And I want you to send me some comments and tell me what you think about this young man. We want to help him out as long as with others that we meet. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot. Today my guest is a young man and his mom, and I want to talk to them about a little bit about what's going on with him. Just like you, this is my first time meeting him. I spoke with his mom before, but we want to see a little bit about what's going on with this young man. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you, sir.
I went to North Central. I was just getting into a lot of blood trouble.
Okay.
And like dress code, like sagging.
Okay.
I kind of felt like they was picking on me.
Okay.
You know, 'cause some days I wasn't really sagging, and I still get in trouble.
Okay.
And so they kicked me out.
Instead of going back and correcting it, you rather just drop out and deal with it that way?
That school, like, it wasn't for me. It was like, it was too strict for me.
It was too strict for you, so you mean that there were rules?
It was just like I felt like they were picking on me. I used to get in a lot of trouble.
Right, but see, what I keep hearing is excuses of why you didn't succeed. Because what I'm trying to do is give you an opportunity to convince me and the people that's watching this, why did you not finish school and why did you decide to drop out of school? And what you telling me is because you want to sag and that there were rules or they were just too strict. Because I want to remind you of this. That's going to go throughout your entire life. Let's go to your mom, okay? Mom, tell us a little bit about what's going on with your son.
Sean is he's very laid back. He's very quiet to himself. Doesn't really get in a lot of trouble. And what I mean by that, he doesn't get in big trouble, like a lot of fights or disrespectful. He's very respectful to anyone. I'm the type of mom that always went to whatever school they went to. I was there. I was in their class. I was sitting maybe in back of the class just to see, how my kids would perform. Of course, they wouldn't show out or anything because their mom is there.
Right. Tell me about what do you feel like is holding him back from being successful?
Myself, I feel like it may be just him. Sean is very, very talented, but for some reason I wouldn't say scared, but more of a shy to show people that he's talented. I think some of it is, that his brother is gone also.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Talk to me a little bit about your brother, sir.
Basically, like my best friend.
Okay.
And he got locked up like 2 years ago.
Okay. How did you handle that?
I lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
I wasn't really eating like that. Basically, just like you losing the best friend that you share every day.
So how do you feel about him leaving you out here?
Sometimes I feel like he left me behind and it's wrong, but at the same time, sometimes I think it's like a test for me to become my own man, because my brother was like my role model.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like now it's more about me, and him leaving is like me from now. It's time to find myself.
Okay. I think I'm having a hard problem with you not being able to move past that fact that he's gone now for a minute or what have you, and you got to find yourself. You cannot let that be the reason why you can't move forward, because when I think about that situation, I think about what was his responsibility at home to his mom. Now, just like you have responsibility to your mom, right? He had one as well. But since he's not here to do it, guess who has to pick up his slack? You do. So that becomes your responsibility to be even a stronger young man. And you said that he's your role model. I'm okay with that. But when are you going to be your own role model? Because there has been so many role models before in my life that has gone away now. So what do? Do I just sit still and not move forward? No, I become my own role model. When I'm doing well, I pat myself on the back. That's what you got to do for yourself until your brother is able to come back home. You can't stand still and not move forward. You got a responsibility not only to yourself, but to your mom as well. Now, since you was going through that situation and you was feeling down, how do you think your mom was feeling about that?
I know she was heartbroken too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's her child.
Yeah.
You know.
But how do you make that better for her?
I mean, I just do what I can for her.
No, don't play them games with me. What you not doing is what you need to do to make her smile. Because you just described to me the situation that's making her unhappy. So what you got to do is find a way to make her smile again and replace that loss that she just experienced. Now, how do you do that? You go to school. Who cares about those restrictions? You can't tell me that you don't know right from wrong. And you can't tell me that you can't pull your pants up, because I won't even allow it around me. And you know, just coming into the studio, I just taught you about that, right? Because it's still about your presentation. See, you think you doing something to go against what the rules are, but what you're doing is you shaming mom and telling them that I don't follow them kind of rules. And I know that's not happening. I know that ain't true with your mom and you. If you can follow her rules, you can follow their rules, and you can follow your own rules. You got to get out that mindset, man. That's what I see. Because you cannot stand still waiting on somebody to say, hey, let's go this way and let me guide you. You got to find that within yourself. You are the superhero, sir. Somebody watching you. Let me give you a guess. Guess who it is? Mom. That's who watching you now. If you feel like she's lost a son and you see the heartbreak she's going through and you can fix it and you don't do something about it, that's your fault. You say you the man out here or want to be that, then do that as a man. Step up and be the son that your mom always wanted to have. But you don't believe me. Watch this. Mom, tell me how it feels for your son to be walking around here, not in school and really not doing too much positive in his life. Tell me how you feel about that, because maybe he don't know. I want you to really tell me how you feel.
That it hurts, but
Yes. Yeah, it hurts. Here, give her a tissue, because that you the one causing them tears. All we trying to do, what your mom and I are trying to do, is find a way to stop them tears, man. And you can do that. You know how bad she wants you to go back to school? See, you can't. See, your talent is overshadowed because you haven't got to the basic foundational rules yet, man. You can't tell me that you can't just pull your pants up and just follow rules of what somebody's saying. You can do that. Talent tells me that you can do that. I know there are many jobs that will not even allow you to work that way, come in and present you that way. And you're going to tell me you will fight that just to stay unemployed, just to try to prove that who you are? That's wrong. It ain't about proving that principle wrong. It's about proving you right. You can do that. I can't buy that line from you or your mom that they was picking on you. You could set your own name. They're going to say he's different from his brother. Look how he comes in. He don't give us those problems. But see, what you got to do is establish your own identity. How does it feel now just to see him going through or getting ready to go through a process of improvement?
it feels good.
Okay.
It feels good because we're both getting past the pain of his brother and my son gone.
Okay.
So it still hurts, and I'm sure it hurts him. And that's why it hurts me to see not only that my son is gone, but it hurts me to see that he's hurt. Not necessarily that he's not doing what he needs to, but just the fact that he's hurting and he's letting that prevent him from his real self to shine.
Yes, ma'am. Do you kind of feel a little lost without him? Maybe at first, maybe.
like what we speaking of is how I used to be.
Okay.
But like I'm here now. I'm ready to move forward.
Okay.
You know, I'm an athlete, sir.
Okay.
That's my dream. I want to play football.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Now, and I like that, because what I always try to remind people is the dream is the most important thing. The work is what you got to get to first. Because I believe you can do anything that you want. But if you're going to play football, you know, like I know, school has to be involved in that equation. I ain't never wanted to be no star athlete. There was other things that I wanted to be, but everything that I wanted to be, school was in that process. I'll be honest with you, I tried my best to skip this process. I ain't think school was for me either. I did all the stuff you could think of until it caught up with me. And see, now I feel like I'm in a position there, I want to help somebody else rethink how they feel about themselves. I'm just here to remind you that you are the superhero now. You are not only yours, but your mom's superhero now. Because quiet as it kept, she's depending on you a lot more than what she's probably telling you. And when you get to that point where she can just lean her head on your shoulder, that's when those smiles come. That's when them tears dry up, because the superhero that's inside you. I can see your demeanor, you're very laid back. I want you to stand up and be the man that you want to be, though. And don't you let anything stop you from getting there, man. Nothing. Because you can do it. Tell me the one thing that you want to make your mom the most proud of about you.
I want her to be proud that I graduated, because my brother didn't graduate, my other brother didn't graduate,
Okay.
I got cousins that didn't graduate, so
Okay.
I'll be one of the only ones that graduate.
One of the first ones in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a great torch to carry. And what I know, that program that you're getting involved in is going to allow you to go back and go through that graduation piece, because you're right. You took that from mom. You know how they call and say, hey, baby, my baby getting ready to graduate. We're going to have a barbecue, have a big cookout and dinner. You took all that celebration from her. So now you are given an opportunity to go back and fix that. So I'm glad about that. Mom, tell your son how proud of you that you are. Just look at him and tell
You know,
him.
I'm proud
Yeah,
of. I always tell him,
yeah,
ever since they were little, that they were my angels.
yeah.
And they are.
Yeah.
Through the bad, through the good, they're my angels.
Yeah.
They're the reason that I do what I do every day.
Yeah.
Work, whatever. They're the reason.
I want to make sure and remind you this last thing, that how blessed you are to have a mother that supports your well-being, supports your dreams and your goals, and wants you to be successful. I want to remind you that there are many out there that don't have a young lady in their life like that, a mom. I lost mine when I was 4. I was blessed that her auntie raised me. I was blessed for that. So when I look at this situation right here, I want to make sure you take advantage of that, because that's the one that's going to hold you down. That's the one that's going to hug you. That's the one when you scrape your knee off, she wrapped the dirt off, put the Band-Aid on there. That's that one. And sooner or later, when you grow up and be the man that she wants you to be, everything comes to full circle. So let me be the first, if not the second, to tell you how proud I am of you. And make sure you understand this too, sir. I don't need to know you to love you, because I do. Because I used to be in the same position you are. When I lost mine, I had to find my way out of that situation. I had to find a reason to go on in life. You lost a brother. I lost a mother. Ain't no difference to me. We lost 2 great people that was a part of our life. That's why I'm so in tune with you. I want to make sure you get through it. And I know you can. But I also want to make sure you rely on yourself first, because I see brilliance in you. You understand me, sir? That's what I believe. You believe that? So then the saying is, what I believe, I can achieve. That's the bottom line. Anything else you want to tell mom before we leave? You love her. When is the last time you told her you love her?
I tell her I love her every day.
Did you tell her today? Let us hear it.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
All right.
We tell each other that every day, all the time.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Okay. I appreciate you coming on to the show and sharing your story. I'm gonna do a follow with you. I know the audience want to see that you're doing well, and they're gonna be wishing you the best. You know, on my website, they always send comments of encouragement to the individuals as well as the mom. So I'm deeply moved that you would come in and share you guys' story, and I appreciate it so much. And I'm committed to helping you guys do and get to wherever you need to get in life. I'm on the team. Okay. So in closing, what I would tell you is that this situation is no different than any other situation at any other house. We all go through it. Why don't you send me some comments to this young man and encourage him to do the things he needs to do? Why don't you send me some encouragement to the mom to let her know that we're all in this together? As always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember this, never, never, never give up.